Ooni of Ife's wives, allegedly, they said they were all in tears over the latest development in the palace. We do know that they said the palace is such a very big place. And one condition that the king have given them after marrying them is that on no account should anyone see their portrait inside the palace. Because they have their private chambers that if they want to decorate their chambers with their pictures, that is not a problem. But bringing out their pictures or their portrait anywhere that someone will see it outside the palace, that is not allowed. But this is something that the king have been doing with Queen Naomi's pictures. And they said with this last fight over proposal, they said Ooni of Ife gathered Queen Naomi's pictures, both old and new, especially the recent one she took during her 31st birthday. She made beautiful, beautiful portraits of all of them. And they said he scattered it all over the palace. There is no corner that you go without seeing a very big, giant portrait of Queen Naomi right there in the palace. And they said the wives are not happy about it at all because you can hardly see even one of them, as in his or her portrait or picture around that palace. As a matter of fact, if you walk throughout the palace, you will never, unless you go to their private chamber, that is the only place you will see their picture or their portrait hanging on the wall or in any corner of the house. But apart from their chambers, even if you go to the king's chambers, they said you will not see their portrait. That the only portrait you will see there is that of Queen Naomi. Then come to think of it, Queen Naomi is not in the palace and her portrait is scattered everywhere. Then the women that are in the palace claiming to be the king's wife, their portrait is nowhere to be found in the palace. You get as e be o. You get as e be. Simply means that this is the only wife I recognize. Every other wife na counterfeit. Of course, come to think of it, Queen Naomi is the only wife that the king married a virgin. Maybe Dr. Elizabeth, even if she's not a virgin, but the king we heard is her first husband. And that was why during her own marriage, the king spent a whole lot of money and made it look real. But during this other women's own, we heard allegedly that the only thing that the king gave them on that day happens to be a cow. That all other expenses concerning their marriage, they were the ones who took care of it. Who does that? It simply means that they really want that marriage badly, even if it means them taking care of their bills and everything. Now, wow, get as a bill. So right now they said Queen Naomi's picture is scattered everywhere and the wives are not happy at all. They were frowning, going up and down, making noise because that is noise. They cannot do anything about it. They cannot bring it down. They cannot order anyone to take it away from there. If they do, they will have the king to contend with. The only thing they can do right now is to start making noise, telling the king, this is unfair, oh, this is unfair. Queen Naomi is not in the palace, so we are the ones here. Oh. Maybe the thing is that inside the king's heart, Queen Naomi is right there in the palace. Yes, and the women, they don't exist in his heart. See, oh, this is what happens when you stole someone's husband. Yes, especially when they are in love. You can use something to manipulate the situation and take the person away. But for the fact that that love is there, for the fact that he breathes the person, he talks about the person, everything about him is the love of his life, there is nothing you can do. And maybe for some time you might be thinking that you are in charge. Time will come when you want nothing. And at this point, it simply means that they don't want anything to him. The only person he wants to see her face right now happens to be her wife, Queen Naomi. And that is why they said everywhere, every part of the every corner of the palace right now, they mounted that portrait, big one, different ones, both the old and the new. And Queen Naomi knows how to release beautiful pictures. Seriously. She knows how to give us wonderful pictures. And they said the women, they are not taking it lightly with the king. But it's unfortunate they can't do anything. They can't do anything. They can stay in the palace for all I care. But the king, Queen Naomi is the only one in the king's heart. And come to think of it, see, let me tell you, these women are enduring a whole lot of things. Oh. And they have to endure it because that is the problem that they use their money to buy for themselves. Yes, I don't see the reason why you will be with a man, making him believe that you love him, doing everything within your power to ensure that he loves you, but he will be busy loving another person that is not even around the place. Even at every give you opportunity, that he will remind you that this is the best, that person is the best thing that have ever happened to him, and you are still there. Oh, women. Hmm? So let me tell you, that is why a lot of men will still be disrespecting a lot of women, especially those of them who doesn't know their worth. Because when the king wanted to disrespect Queen Naomi, she left because she doesn't want it. So she knows her worth. She knows how precious that she is, and coupled with the fact that their love, from what we are hearing, is something that is spiritual. It started spiritually before manifesting physical. And whether you believe it or not, you see spiritual controls the physical. Yes. So with all that we have been hearing, even though they are all alleged information, if there is any atom of truth in them, Oni will always choose Queen Naomi before these women. And that is why we believe that what we're hearing is true. That she scattered her portraits all over his palace. So that anytime he is passing, he will be seeing his wife. Hey, now wow, this life no balance at all. See, I'm beginning to believe that this story of Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife being 14th century's reincarnated lover is true. I'm beginning to believe it too. Because with all that is happening, all we keep hearing is how these women are humiliated by the king's action against them in favor of Queen Naomi every now and then. And after that, they will still be there. They don't value themselves, so they don't have respect for themselves. They just want to be answering olori, even when they are not given their due respect and everything. Anyways, that's their choice. I can't say otherwise. If all we're hearing is true, it simply means that no be me talk am o, abeg. I want to always remind you that these are all alleged information, okay? I do not live in the palace. I am just a blogger. Abeg, subscribe to my channel, okay? Give this video a thumbs up and tell me what you think about it on the comment section. Bye. I love you guys.